Hello, my name is Bróna, and it is an honor to be presenting as part of the Spotlight series on the work that our team has been doing, who are just listed here on the slide in the iCanSupport project. This project is concerned with enhancing the mental health and well-being of carers for people with cancer. And although we know that having really good and strong support in place is absolutely vital, there are still gaps in the programs that are currently out there. In particular, there's a gap in programs that are easily accessible and readily available, and it's here we hope that iCanSupport can make a contribution. So we started by identifying a promising program. It was developed in the UK for health professionals, and it was shown to have benefits in terms of mental health and helping people feel more prepared and equipped for the challenges that they might encounter. But we really needed to adapt that so that it was suitable for carers in Australia. And that's the first aim of our project, that process of adaptation. Secondly, we noticed a lack of reporting about the involvement of carers and other key stakeholders in developing programs. And we thought that it'd be really useful to write about the process we undertook, reflect on that, and share any lessons that we learned. So this is a bit of an overview of the process. So in consultation with a consumer co-facilitator, we undertook two co-design workshops, which were contributed to by carers and health professionals and involved really in-depth discussion about the needs, challenges, and opportunities as it would relate to a program like this. We incorporated the insights of what we learned in that discussion and put together a bit of a draft program, which we then shared with key stakeholders, which were consumers and staff involved in cancer and care support organizations. They provided us with feedback about what was working, what wasn't working, and some wonderful ideas for things we could look at doing in the future too. So it's a really valuable process, and the program itself ended up looking a little bit like this. Now, compared to where we started, until this sort of revised program, there are two key changes to highlight. The first is that bit of reorganizing and restructuring to impact how the program itself is delivered. And the idea there was to increase flexibility for those who want to take part in this program. Secondly, we developed carer case study scenarios based on the collaboration and in-depth discussion in the co-design to capture some of the challenges and opportunities, and also to create resources that could be used as part of the sessions that you see listed in the program. So in not only reflecting on the new structure, but the actual process itself, we realized there are a few insights that really drove these changes, and we wanted to share a few of those with you today. That might be useful for people who are doing similar work or interested in doing similar work. So the first was that that acknowledgement that while carers were undertaking responsibilities, they were also managing their own well-being. And in the midst of everything that's happening, accessing a care well-being support program may not feel like a top priority. So from the program perspective, I think it can be useful to make sure that we're very, very clear about what's involved, what the program offers, and what are the potential benefits. Secondly, we were able to capture some of the experiences of carers in those case study scenarios, but we were very aware that there is a vast diversity of circumstances and experiences, and there's an opportunity, therefore, to create some further case study scenarios that can perhaps better connect with the range of carer journeys. Thirdly, we're really really conscious that the thing that we absolutely don't want to do and want to put lots of effort into avoiding is making it burdensome to participate in the program. So making sure it's not another thing that's kind of added to the list. And that, at least in part, we think has something to do with trying to make the program as flexible as possible and trying to account for the fact that for carers, there are restrictions on time, there's competing priorities, and it's not always possible to plan way ahead in the future for things. So look, none of these insights or revisions would have been possible to arrive at without the energy and effort and time of the carers, consumers, health professionals, and staff involved. So we're deeply grateful to them and their efforts in this project. So I've popped up on the slide. This is the link to the paper if you'd like to read a little bit more about it, and also contact details for Rima and myself. You're most welcome to reach out. We'll be glad to discuss the project. Thank you for your time today.